Friday is finally here, and that means rest, relaxation, and Rad is back with what's playing in theaters this weekend. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
All right, we are talking about Marvel's latest installment, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this. I'm excited, of course, for a lot of reasons. One, anything that Marvel puts out, I'm prone to liking and loving, but it's important and significant because it's the first one with a female lead.
Right, and this is the thing is, so before we even can talk about Captain Marvel, we have to talk about the people who are excited, but the people who are really not excited about this movie. Because I don't know, you must have heard about this online campaign to tear this movie down. A few weeks ago, Rotten Tomatoes had to disable their comment sections. They had to their audience review section because people were just trolling it, trying to drag the movie down.
People who hadn't seen the movie.
Who hadn't seen the movie.
Yeah.
It was weeks ago they hadn't seen the movie.
I think it's always fair if somebody goes to see a movie and comes out and they don't love the movie. You're not going to love everything out there. But this is a targeted campaign. And the fact that the movie's coming out on International Women's Day, it's the first of its kind for Marvel. We saw this in DC with Wonder Woman. It's disappointing that we're at this point.
Well, the thing about this campaign is it's particularly a reaction, I think, to Brie Larson. We can attribute this reaction to Brie Larson because almost a year ago, Brie Larson made these announced this initiative to diversify film criticism, to introduce more diverse film critics, more inclusivity, and she made a comment saying. What was her comment? I don't need to hear what white males think about A Wrinkle in Time. Because, you know, almost 80% of film critics are white males. And that created the backlash. They're all labeling Brie Larson a man-hater. And from there, now we have like a conservative pundit calling for a boycott. There's the Alita challenge, which is like, go see Alita, Battle Angel, instead of Captain Marvel. And even James Woods getting in on the action. He put up a tweet saying, go see a movie that doesn't hate half of its audience. And so, you know, like this steamrolling reaction. I mean, and I've seen this among press. I've seen press who are just who make comments where they just find Brie Larson annoying. So this reaction, it really makes me wish I loved the movie more, just so I could rub it in their faces.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the movie. Let's put that aside. I'm a big fan. You and I are both fans of at least saying, you know, go see the movie, and if you like it, don't go. If you like it or you don't like it, at least see the movie before you judge it. So you've seen it. What's your judgment?
So now, like, I didn't love this movie, but let's put this into context. I'm not the biggest superhero movie fan, right? I didn't love Avengers Infinity War and stuff like that. And as a Marvel movie, you know, this is not the worst Marvel movie by any means, but it's certainly, I didn't think it was a standout Marvel movie. And if you are a fan of superhero movies, it's got all the beats, it's got the gags, it's got the CGI, it's got Brie Larson doing somersaults, kicking bad guys up into the air.
We should tell people it's an origin story for a hero that a lot of people are wondering where this hero has been throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They go back to the 90s and they explain this story of Captain Marvel. It's also, I think, a really good origin story for Nick Fury, a character who has been omnipresent in the Cinematic Universe of Marvel.
And this is what I find really interesting, because like you said, this is Marvel's first female-fronted superhero movie. So think about that. 10 years, 20 movies, finally they put out a female out in front, and they rewrite history so that, but you know, she was the first Avenger, technically, right? She's the one that meets Nick Fury first, right? So it puts a lot of import on that. And, like, you know, the thing that made me struggle with this movie is she's got a really complicated backstory. She's a former Earthling, becomes a space thing, doesn't remember
I don't want to interrupt. I need you to tell us who should see this movie.
All right, so, I think the people who should see this movie are people who love Tomb Raider.
Which,
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I mean, it was a strong female character by some of the motions. And then the people who love A Wrinkle in Time, and the reason I say A Wrinkle in Time is because I think this is a movie, again, for kids, so kids can see themselves, so kids can see a strong figure.
You're not selling this movie appropriately, Rad.
So I want to hear what you think.
So I got my own algorithm here. All right, so I just want to show people here. If you enjoy life, happiness, and fun, which I know you have a problem with all three of those things.
I've never heard of those movies.
Okay, go see. If you like those three things, Canada, go see this movie. Rad, I'm sure there's a German film festival out there for you to enjoy this weekend. But thank you we always appreciate having you here, my friend. All right.